The way how Apple made their first dollar in sales and the way how they earned their first $1 million in sales was the same exact way. I hope this rings the bell, right? This gives you an idea that if you cannot make your first dollar in your business, could be a startup, could be a service business, could be something physical, it's a simple indication that you lack sales skills. There's only two things that could be wrong when you start a company and things are not going smoothly. First of all, of course, the product or service sucks. It's not something that people need or doesn't really solve the problem better than everything else that exists. Or second, you lack sales skills, right? That's what I said. If you can't make a single dollar from your product, if you can't convince people to give you $1 for whatever you're exchanging for the $1, well, you cannot make $1 million. And this is how simple it is. This is why I brought you the example of how Apple made their first dollar sale. They use the same sales channel, sales funnels to make $1 million. The first $1 million and the first $1 were earned through the same exact sales channel. It was not some crazy marketing advertisement campaign. It was not crazy tech. It was not hiring BCG, Boston Consulting Group, or any of this advisory McKinsey to help them to build sales funnels and strategy. No, the same way how you earn your first dollar, it's a repeatable process to $1 million. The only thing that changes is the scale. You're no longer selling your product or service to Peter, Jim, and Tom. You're selling it to the corporation A, B, and C. The volume and the sales skills is what gets you from point A to point B, and you cannot skip a single step. Just think about it. If you cannot get a single dollar, how you can actually make $1 million? How your business could sell a product or service equivalent to $1 million when you cannot move a needle to get at least $1 worth of revenue? You cannot. This is why negotiations, this is why sales skills, this is why you will see companies having the top engineers building some of these new tech startups. You have experts in marketing. But when the sales are not moving, they're willing to give out equity to the salesperson. Someone shows up, becomes co-founder immediately, top sales AP, right? Shows up everywhere, know how to present the product, know how to get clients, right? You give them budget, you give them everything. Sales skills, I would argue that today are the most important skill. It's no longer coding or engineering. It's no longer product or design. It's no longer being strategist or project manager. No. The only person who matters is the person who actually can get sales, who can get your product or service in the hands of the users and can get the money of the users in your hands. This is the person that you need. Because you will find every single day. I was watching a statistic yesterday from Bloomberg. In December, there were submitted 70,000 new apps in December alone, last month. And I was also looking that less than 0.5% of these 70,000 apps are earned around at or above $100. Do you understand the difference? This is telling you, and I hope you understand and rings the bell, that anyone can build any app, website, service. Anyone can start any business, offline and online. Anyone can use the AI tools at least to be able to build something that is working. Anyone can run verification, build and attach Stripe accounts. Anyone can use AI avatar to create ad and commercial, but no one can get sales. No one, regardless. Even OpenAI, even big companies, Anthropic, Claude, they cannot sell their product. That's why they pay influencers to plug their product into the videos, right? If the product was so good, back in the days, people were saying, why you don't see commercials for Porsche? Why you don't see commercials for Lamborghini or for Mercedes, right? Because people said the product is so good, it doesn't need to be advertised. People know about it, people want it. Well, it's no longer the case because there is a huge saturation everywhere, especially in technology where the barrier to entry is non-existing. Like I said, people quitting their accounting job and building like a small payment processing app for like a tips or something, and they're uploading it on Apple Store and they're charging people. They try to charge people, of course. Like I said, building is one thing, selling is a completely different thing. So if you're planning to build an app, if you're planning to start a business, if you're applying to create a startup. Sure, you need an engineer, regardless of what you know about building AI. Because I built plenty of apps, I built also extensions, and I'm not an engineer, and I had pretty hard time figuring out learning. It's a very steep learning curve. So first of all, you need an engineer, someone in-house, co-founder, who can actually inspect all the code, fix all the bugs and mistakes, and make sure everything works smoothly. And of course, you need somebody who is able to sell. It would be absolutely amazing if you're the sales guy, if you already had experience selling, because the sales skills are very obvious. No one can question the work of the salesperson in the startup as a co-founder. Because when the guy shows up and shows the receipts and shows clients of $100,000 of revenue this month alone, well, no one can question the skills and the contribution of the startup, right? This is why you need these key figures. You need a salesperson, you need an engineer, and definitely if you have a marketing guy, it will be good, right? Because marketing is very important. Marketing takes a lot of time and takes curation. So the person who is in charge of marketing should be online all the time, should be aware of what is trending, what is working, what isn't working, and what new tools other marketers are using. Right? Because the plethora of different AI avatar apps, but because you have a marketing expert in your team, co-founder, he knows that this one works and this one doesn't. He knows that this one gives you more credits and this one doesn't. He knows that this one actually have glitches and it cannot produce text and there's always misspells in text, while this one actually gives you crisp, clean, and accurate description inside the actual view, right? So this is why it is very hard to start a business alone. It is very hard to be in charge of everything, of building, promoting, of inspecting, of negotiating with the influencers, with creating budgets, right? Creating marketing campaign. It's very hard when you're the one who has to do all the job, and you're the one who has to inspect your own job, right? And you're the one who has to make sure that everything is uploaded and everything works. You have to keep checking the systems, is everything operating accordingly. And it's also double the competition and the hardness and the challenges when you're not a coder. This is not your by training. You're not a marketing expert because you just learn from internet, right? And on top of that, the worst scenario is that if you're not a salesperson. Because I said many people are very good in sales. They sell like garbage products or service, but they make money. And people wonder, but why people spend so much money for this nonsense product? Like, just look at the brand selling like a fake leather jackets for like $2,000, and people say it's a faux leather. Normal person will pay $2,000 for a faux leather jacket? Because they're extremely good in sales. They're extremely good in building the brand. They're extremely well of crafting a hype and holding you accountable of buying it, so you want to be on top of the hype. You're not going to be left behind. Okay, that's what I was trying to explain. You don't have to be the smartest, you don't have to be the fastest, and definitely you don't have to be the person who can do multi different tasks at the same time. You only have to be aware what is most important in the startup, what you could do the best, and who can do the rest. This is it.